The Clippers aren't an LA team. Like they're the Long Beach Clippers or something like that. What at
San
this
Diego.
point? At this, nah, don't do that to San Diego. At this point, what do the Clippers do like to save face? Is there even should they honestly pack
Tank.
up and move to Seattle? They tried tanking. They still passed on Michael Porter Jr. But nah, seriously, should the move to Seattle as a rebrand be a serious thing in LA? Should it be on the table?
Honestly, that was that was talked about before, and I honestly don't know if that would still be an option right now. But obviously, people want sports back in Seattle and professional sports, and those fans are diehard fans over there as well. And it sucks that the Supersonics left, and yeah, I mean there is a hunger and desire for that, and I'm sure eventually Steve Ballmer's going to want his own building and for his team, his franchise, and that could become a realistic option maybe down the road. But as far as right now, the Clippers, I would say for them, I mean they have some, they can be competitive at the very least. I mean they have
Competitive.
I
Competitive
consider it
as
for
in
playoff
like
spot.
against UCLA. Competitive against like Washington or Arizona.
Competitive
Arizona
for
competitive?
Zion. Competitive for Zion and LaMelo. How about that?
Competitive for like the big baller league. Competitive for the big three. What we talking here?
Well, I honestly think that they I think they can replicate what they had this past season. Granted, you can't remember they had a lot of injuries too. I mean, they had a lot of key players
They have
that were
injuries
hurt
every
throughout
year.
the season. And I mean, I don't see that as, they're nowhere near a title contender, but they can compete for a playoff spot. They have
In
a
the
solid
West.
roster.
In the
I mean, I know it's a stacked conference, but I mean they could be getting the last spot. I think competing for the last spot in the playoffs like they were last season. But again, like you said, it's really competitive in the West. You can throw the Lakers in there now too, and that takes. I would say that would take one spot away from the teams that are vying for the last few spots. And you got to remember Minnesota. Granted they have all this internal conflict right now, but if they were to keep that team together, they're going to be in the picture.
true.
Don't forget Denver. Denver's going to get better.
Denver too. Yeah, Denver has all this young
OKC.
talent.
And Rocky Mountain High.
There's a lot of teams in the West. I'm not saying they're gonna be one of the top teams that we're expecting. They're gonna be. I would say between in the mid 30s. I think win twice. But that's just my guess and expectation at this point. But things can change. What if they make a serious run for Kawhi? You never know. I mean, there's things that can still change. There's still a lot of time until next season.
All right, Bob, I got a question for you. What do you make of Rondo,
Cool. He didn't steal my question.
Lance, and McGee coming in as the three marquee signings? Like, are they getting together a team for Ice Cube's league because there's only one basketball? And the way the NBA going is towards shooting, and we know LeBron needs shooting, and neither of those guys could shoot. And second of all,
go ahead, sorry.
explain the whole Julius Randle situation and what you make of the Lakers never respecting him since he's been drafted.
I think okay, I'll answer both those parts. But the Julius Randle thing, I think that has to do more with his agent. It just seems kind of strange that Paul George did not even give the Lakers, a meeting. He did not even give them a chance, to at least talk to them, at least see what they got to offer. It just seems kind of odd in that regard. And you got to remember, his agent, Aaron Lynch, is the same guy that represents D'Angelo, if I recall correctly. And, it just doesn't seem like there was a good signing relationship between him and the Lakers. And this is all speculation. I don't, obviously
I've heard that too. Same thing.
But it just doesn't add up. He essentially signed a contract for the same annual salary as what Rondo signed. Yeah. And it just seems like there's deeper problems there. And I would say, I basically say that maybe Julius didn't feel completely appreciated. He began the year on the bench. he had to get his way into the starting lineup, and it probably didn't rub him the right way, given what he brought to BS. He's got room for development, but he did improve, and he did show reason to, that could be one of our young core pieces. And maybe he thought, hey, I deserve a much, I shouldn't have to wait for a contract to play. I shouldn't have to wait for, the Lakers to see what offers are out there on the table for me. I think that he just didn't feel appreciated, and combined with fully appreciated. I'm sure that the Lakers valued him, but not to the extent that he thought that they should. And as far as the other moves, I think Rondo is interesting because they've gone after him the last couple of summers, and it just didn't work out.
Yeah.
As far as it being kind of an interesting signing is because of Rondo, and you don't know what Lonzo's future is at this point with the team, and it just seems like a move that in order to push him more, to get him to a lot of fire under him, to get hey, you may be our number 2 pick from last year, but it doesn't mean you're going to be a long term. It doesn't mean you're going to be a long term piece of our puzzle, and doesn't mean that your future is what doesn't solidify. So it just seems like they're going to push him, and Rondo has proven over the years. When it comes to playoff time, he shows up. He has that moniker, playoff Rondo, for a reason. He shows up when you need him most, and he plays like an elite player. Granted, he has no shooting. His shooting has always been an issue, but I would love to have that player on my team where it has that. He not only is he he's experienced and he's a talented passer, but he just has that mentality that you need to drive a team that's championship caliber, and he could be one of the pieces. And as far as Lance Stevenson and JaVale, I think you need a front, add more front court pieces. He's a rim protector, and he'll help you on the boards. And I mean, you can't. Obviously he's nothing more than a role player right now, but he brings you front court depth at the very least. Maybe you'll get a few second or full plays, but he'll give you front court depth. And then Lance Stevenson, that one's going to be very interesting in terms of like if he's going to fit in, because everywhere else he's gone to, he hasn't lasted there than maybe more than a few months. And I think I read in one report that I think the Charlotte Hornets had called him, or they kind of called him back. They called the Pacers back in order to see if they would take him back in a trade. And I mean, he this is a chance for him to show that, hey, I can be a piece on a team that can compete for championships. So all these players, right now you can have that, that immediate reaction like, oh, they need shooters. But maybe they have, this game plan laid out for LeBron to play a different style. Maybe there's more to it that we don't know yet.
Cool. So last question for me. Now, this is an either or.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, what are the chances of Luke Walton being the head coach the full 4 years of LeBron's contract compared to Dwight Howard coming back to LA, either as a Clipper or a Laker? What are better odds?
I say Luke Walton thing. Dwight Howard's time in LA, it came and went, and it just didn't rub people the right way as far as the Lakers. I don't see him.
And his last 3 teams.
He
played good last year.
Yeah, he did.
But
I mean,
his
he's
attitude.
always had the same question. He's always had the same, is he mature enough? Can he play, can he play serious? And you've had, those rumblings in the locker room as far as him not getting along with his teammates. Have that in Atlanta, and I think you have that in Charlotte. I'm not 100% sure, but you hear those things, and then the Lakers obviously it's a little bit different, but and Houston as well. Him and James Harden didn't actually see eye to eye. So there's a realization he needs to have that, hey, I can be a force on both ends, but I don't need to be the main focal point. Like I can be very, very productive at what I do right now, and it's rebound, play, be rim protector, and score in the paint. And he doesn't doesn't need to go more than that. And I feel sometimes that he felt that, hey, I can be the star player, I can be the number one guy, and he didn't show he could do that. And right now, I mean, he has the opportunity in front of him to be a part of a team in the East with Wizards, where he could, help them push to contend in the East. So I don't see him going back to LA either team, and this ball night he has a much greater chance of playing with 4 years. Obviously, it's a long time, but it just seems like more likely of the two.
All right, Bob, and last question, and so since you're
Don't cry,
a credentialed Laker media member, what are you most excited of seeing as far as covering the Lakers and covering LeBron over the next 4 years? Like, what are you most looking forward to about the whole experience? And just make it quick.
As far as for me, I haven't been on a team that the Laker team that's been a winner. I haven't been on a team that has had success. I've never been around a team that been to the playoffs. That's what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to a different atmosphere, which I have never experienced myself. And
you could have covered Clipper games.
Yeah, that's true. But
or you could drink bleach, but who wants to do that?
Well, yeah, it's just that's what I'm looking forward to. Just seeing this new experience, and it should be fun, a lot of fun, regardless if there's trouble or the team experience a lot of success. It's going to be a lot of tension. It's going to be a lot more rooms that are going to have a lot more cameras and media people that you just didn't see the last few years, and it's going to be fun. I mean, I look forward to it, and I hope that I'm granted access again. And I honestly don't care where I sit, but if I'm granted access again, I look forward to all the fun things that are ahead.
Yeah, man, and I'm not saying this just because we come from the same school and just because you appear on my radio show, but for real, man.
You mean our?
Our radio show. The point is, man.
This guy.
I just want to wish you the best of luck, especially with all these new culture vultures coming on your beat. And I just wish you the best of luck and continue success, continue bodying the competition, continue being one of the best people covering that team, man, and in that locker room.
And call them out. And if you want to subtweet, I'll do it for you.
Yeah, you can use our account as a burner account if you need one.
My account is a burner account.
But yeah, man, Bob, we appreciate you coming on. If you want to just plug your social handles real quick.
Yeah, definitely. I appreciate you saying all that, and I do appreciate all this the opportunities that have come my way, and especially come out here. You guys have always been great to talk to, and it's also a big plus that you guys went to CSUN as well. And it's awesome, and my handles are for Twitter, B Garcia IB Sports, and IB as a fourth, and you can find my work at on clutchpoints.com. I'm either covering the NBA or NFL, and then obviously with Sports Out West covering the Lakers, and kind of get my head around all this stuff that's coming out every single day about trades and everything.
Yeah, all right, Bob. Well, have a good night. Thanks for the call again.
You as well. Have a better night, you guys.
Peace. Yeah, that was Bob Garcia IV, man, one of our recurring guests. We appreciate him taking time out of his night, give us some NFL takes, and talking about the 6-seeded Lakers. So shout out to them.
You know what? I'm getting real tired of you, Pete. Guess what? LeBron signing in LA is bigger than all of Lob City. Like that his signing was so huge that Clipper Durrell switched allegiances. And I got at him on Twitter about it. He didn't respond. But, I wouldn't either because he got flamed.
Yeah, man. So hopefully pretty soon we'll have another guest coming up from BS3 Sports. Shout out to you. I know I saw you in the chat, so make sure you call in. Just going to be going over some NFL headlines, talk a little bit about his show since he's also part of the X Squad. Just want to collaborate, help each other out. Share some information, keep building, man. But yeah, on that note, back to the NFL.
Some headlines. Go for it,
man. Do you want to talk about how sad you were Cam Chancellor retired? Because you were sad. You hit the group chat.
I was
like
depressed,
impacted, and I'm curious as to why. Because
remember Ricky died? That's how I felt. And I was.
I mean, we always knew that was
depressed
coming.
that day, but like, nah, man,